Hello everybody, welcome! My name is Suzerain. That's right, the same person that draws a very bad drawing every day. Well, until Civ 7 is released, which I'm sure it'll be just around the corner, right? Let's pull myself back from the brink on that one. That was self-imposed. On one of my recent drawings, I drew about how much I loved Hungary. Matthias. Oh, you pearl of the Danube. I make no qualms about the fact that Hungary are one of the best civs in the game and one of my personal favorites. And I am always slightly incredulous and slightly confused when I see people in the comments on both my videos and also in this case the recent drawing saying, Hungary? Good? No, they're really bad. He's rubbish, he's all over the place. The abilities, they're too circumspect, circumstantial, unreliable. Hungary's not for me. I've never really been able to get them to work. No. Politely, no. Hungary is one of the best civs in the game, and today I'm going to be taking you through a slightly slower paced game. I'm going to explain a little bit more than I would usually do. Nothing too bad, just detailed, and we're going to be winning as Hungary. When I say winning, we're going to be winning, and just to really prove my point, we're going Deity, standard speed, no game modes, so no Himiko, no Owls of Minerva, no cheeky little strategies on that respect, regular continents map, balanced start position, all other settings left the same, including the number of city-states, so we don't have any hard-built advantage here. Hang on a sec. What's that noise I hear? Yeah, just from behind you, right now. Do you not hear it? Do you not hear it yourself? That's the sound of all those chores you've been putting off all day. Put them off longer. Watch the video. It's fine. Let's get started. And now, for an important update. Having been expelled from Oxford University, Ursa had met a man named Paul. Oh dear. Luckily for Ursa, he had amassed 40,000 subscriptions. These beautiful little signatures attracted the attention of none other than Gilgabro. Scared off by the Majesty, Paul retreated and left Ursa to his way. Searching for new subscriptions, Ursa travelled to the coast, where lo and behold, it looked like more people for subscriptions. Alas, it was not to be. Ursa, our sweet, innocent bear, is now trapped, harassed by giant crabs. Will you save Ursa from crabs? Will you help Ursa towards his goal? Thank you so much. Back to the video. Turn 1, and when I first looked at this start, the first one that I rolled, I thought, ooh, this is a typical Ursa start. It's all floodplain and there are very few resources around it. I was about to have a huge rant about the fact that you should always play every game, no matter how weird the start, because it's always the difficult ones. Those are the ones that really make you learn. And then, lo and behold, Sleepy, my wife and also editor, walked in behind me and said, hey, what's this? What's this over there? And then I saw it and went, oh right, it's a Kilimanjaro start. We will take that. Now, when we think about Hungary, there is one thing we do need to think about, and that is the Pearl of the Danube. Any district or building within a district that is built inside a district that is across a river from a city centre, and it has to be directly across. So for instance, if my settler were to settle there, this tile would count as directly across, but this one and this one, like these two, do you see? They would not count. They are about 50% faster, or 50% more production, which would be a third faster. The maths is beyond me. People forget about the buildings. That's really handy. A very high cost district like an industrial zone or a campus, yep, all the buildings in them. Very handy indeed. So when I think about it, I can see the Danube here, and if I were to settle on this little bend, sure, I would be moving myself away from all of these amazing plains rainforest tiles around, but then I would have 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles around on the other side of a river, and that for me is perfect and is too Hungry. I can't say no to that. It's too good. That's kind of the only thing we need to think about. The Raven King. This is my ability, and it triggers when I meet city-states, and is how we're going to win the game, and is why they're so powerful, really. It's why I don't really worry about the start too much, because when I play Hungary, the one thing that I'm really thinking about is gold. Primarily, I want to get to about 200 gold as fast as I can. The other thing I need to think about is culture, so that I can unlock either state workforce or early empire as fast as possible. So things like monuments, very important. And that is so that I can unlock Armani. Armani combined with some culture to unlock, and then some gold to levy a city-state, and we can immediately start thinking about Raven King. Levied units from a city-state have 2 extra movement and 5 extra combat strength, and can be upgraded with 75% less gold and resources. What does that mean? Well, if I levy a warrior, and I've unlocked ironworking and I have swordsman, I can unlock an upgrade path for that levied warrior that to levy them for 75% less gold and only 5 iron, which is 75% off. It is very, very handy. So I also want a little bit of science because I do want to unlock iron working, or bronze working I should say, to unlock the iron and then go for swordsman tech. Either that or I can just upgrade straight to man-at-arms, but I find the best results are with swordsman. I think I'm going to just walk down the Danube with my warrior. Let's go see what we can find, and I think, yep, there we go. The game didn't flood and I didn't lose my settler and have a turn 1 defeat. That's always good. There is Buddha. Buddha full indeed. I would like a monument, but I'd also like to know what is around me. We need to find all of the city-states around me. I need as many tribal villages as I can, so we're going to work a scout. Yes, I know I have no yields. None of these tiles are good. Well, this one is. I need to get onto this second ring as quick as possible. We'll see how this goes. Oh, Kilimanjaro. Now, you may be asking yourself, why did you not just move and settle by Kilimanjaro? I absolutely could have done, but I wanted to just settle a bad start so that you can see that Hungary is quite reliable no matter what happens. Will I go and settle over here on my second settlement? Yes, probably. Religions are really handy as Hungary because you can crusade. Campuses are very helpful because obviously science is good, but I'm going to go for mining first. That means I can unlock bronze working and encampments, 2 useful things for me as Hungary. Eventually we'll have Pingala that can give us everything, but we won't worry about that just yet. Oh, Kilimanjaro yields are so good. Johannesburg, first meet. As long as you have first meet on at least one city-state, we are all happy. That is 1 envoy. Keep an eye on this. This is the 200 gold that I was mentioning before. This is what I need to save up as fast as I can to levy that army. Oh, that is a lake. However, it looks like there is someone in this area. So there is a settlement opportunity so I can settle near Kilimanjaro to get some era score, which would be good, and work these tiles immediately and get the fresh water. But I may be about to meet somebody in this direction. I'm hoping it's going to be another city-state rather than another player, but we shall see. It is a city-state and it looks like maybe a military city-state. Always keep an eye on this settler lens. You can see that anything within 3 tiles of a city is classed as unsettleable. So I saw this city before I actually saw the borders. That's kind of why I look at that lens a little bit. I'm going to go discover them quickly to see if I can get first meet. Brussels? No first meets, but a heavy chariot is a fairly easy quest, so I could get an envoy pretty easily. The Dutch. Interesting, we do have a neighbor on a continent's map. Typically, there are 2 major continents with 6 players and 3 players on each one of those continents. We will have some neighbors, and yes, I would love to know where her capital is. Directly to the south. Very good to know. Oh, this barb is approaching. That's no fun. And the tribal village that I could have gone towards appears to have disappeared. Yeah, it's so often, as soon as you meet and find a tribal village, the AI will immediately go for it. I swear there is some sort of pathing requirement where they will wait until you found it before claiming it. How often do you see tribal villages unclaimed around an AI until you go and have a look and have a nosy and suddenly they claim it? Happens way more often than you would think. Oh, they've just announced me literally the same turn. All right, there is mining and here is a scout. Now I have a bit of a choice. Either I can go for the Kilimanjaro settle as fast as possible, or I can wait until I've unlocked bronze working and I know where the iron is. Iron is very, very important, but having a decent second city is also quite useful as well. So whilst I move my scout in the other direction, I have to make the choice. I think I do want Armani as fast as possible, and a 20-turn settler is looking fairly desperate for me. I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of early game gold. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but I mean, working a 2/3 tile is just going to be annoying. So let's just buy one of these tiles and then I'll go for the settler. I think that is the better option. Now I will save up 200 gold. I know it. No game is perfect. No game is perfect. Oh, the Dutch are going to be moving in this direction. They've probably seen the tobacco and we've got rather interested in it. Oh, it looks like there's some dyers across the coast. Haarlem. There they go. All right, I'm going to be keeping my early game warrior around. I'll do a little bit of a tour. We'll be ready for an early war declared on us. The Dutch can be quite aggressive early game. Woolin, not first meet on this city-state either, but they just want a great general. That will be useful for us in a little bit. It's always worth having a look to see which one you're going to get first. 6 pop and a second continent, or 3 tiles improved in a specialty district. It's just the governor. That's what you need. I'm going to go craftsmanship in the hope that I'll find a builder from a tribal village at some point. Oh, that's a lot of barbarians. I might regret finding them. God King, discipline, done. Come on, please survive. Please survive. Oh, Oh, yeah, they survive. Actually, they survive pretty well. I could just fortify, but I'm actually going to run in the direction of this Dutch city and hope the barbarians swarm it. Actually, I do want to kill barbarians, so I'm going to fortify now whilst I'm in a defendable terrain and hope that they just pummel themselves into me. Dido, honored to meet you. I'd love to sample your hospitality, and they're over to my north. Interesting. Quite a busy start. Quite a busy start indeed. Okay, these barbs are not to be messed with. Fine. They're being lured back to the Dutch. Getting the bronze working boost would have been really nice, but I'm going to lose that warrior if I'm not careful. Okay, there's my settler, but unfortunately a barbarian warrior has just appeared. Just appeared. I was safe up until that point. I've got to come and escort it back, unless I settle in a different direction, but I would very much like to settle Kilimanjaro. I could move my settler to there and the warrior can't get me, so I'll try that for now. I can always retreat back into the capital if needed. In the meantime, I'm going to try for a monument. Let's get my culture up a little bit, and we'll see how much that warrior is going to chase down the settler if it attacks my capital. No, it's just going to stand there and attack my capital. Fine. There's so many barbarians, I'm going to gamble on the fact that I can probably unlock bronze working myself. So let's go for pottery to try and unlock campuses. Bit of science never hurts anybody. Actually, look at this. That's a second kill. Can my scout get a third kill? Yes, it can. That was a good gamble. Bronze working has been unlocked, and now we get to look at iron. We don't need much, but we do need some. That is just a single source of it. There's a barbarian encampment out that way, but we can upgrade it from my capital. That's the only iron source we know. We've got very lucky there. That's awesome. Second city, we're within 2 tiles of Kilimanjaro, which gives me a whole bunch of era score, which is lovely. There's Pest. Buddha, Pest. Amazing. Let's get a monument. So hopefully I can work more Kilimanjaro tiles as fast as possible. So the Dutch have done the lovely thing of just weakening the barb camp, but not destroying it, so I can claim it and get all the era score. Beautiful. And the gold. And I've actually got more than 200 gold already. Monument is finished in Buddha. Next thing I'm going to do is build an encampment. Unfortunately, an encampment can't be built directly the other side of the river because of the way it works out. It's literally tiles just by your city centre, but I can put one just on the way to the Dutch, and this is a pretty useless tile down there. So let's just plonk an encampment down. I want to get a couple of great general points, and importantly, Wulin will give me production from my barracks and armories later on. Now you'll notice the Dutch are putting lots of walls up. That could be problematic in the longer run, so I'm going to just divert and pick up masonry just for no reason whatsoever. Actually no, 1 turn for pottery, then we'll get ironworking, then we'll get masonry. There's an order to things. What's in a tribal village? 20 diplomatic favor. There have been more useful cards, but never mind. Stake workforce will be boosted because I'm going to build a specialty district in 5 turns. I'm not going for golden age, by the way. It's very difficult to get a classical golden age. The map definitely needs to be swung in your favor to pull it off, and we might have been able to get it, but I'm not too worried really. Okay, loads of boosts. Loads of boosts there. We just got state workforce, military training, and early empire all at the same time. And a pantheon. We're looking for a pantheon that helps me with the early game. Something that's going to boost me into something useful very quickly. Production, army, military strength, all of these things would be very handy. Now the 3 settler, the 3 builder have both been taken. God of craftsman. If I do upgrade my iron, it would be really handy to get an extra production and faith. So that is quite tempting to pick that one up. Plantations giving me culture, that would be relatively helpful. I do have options around me. We're really plugging in for something a little bit later, aren't we? One thing to have a quick peek at is who is picking up holy sites. Phoenicia and some other players. If loads of people around you are, you can pick up this one. God of Healing. Increases healing by 30 in your holy site district or any adjacent towers. The game is very bad on the wording. It does include other people's holy sites, so if you're invading, you can use them to heal. It is hilarious. I love it. However, for now, I am going to go God of Craftsman. It just encourages me to get the iron up as quickly as possible, especially because I do want the iron working boost. So let's get the builder. We'll march it over to this tile. Hopefully everything's going to sink in for a nice Armani rush. Plus, we want to pick up that stone because that's a quarry and that will boost masonry down the line. Let's not forget about that. Instead of scouting, my scout is going to just hang around the borders of the Dutch and just keep an eye on things. I don't want them to surprise attack me whilst I'm building up a surprise attack on them. And they will. They will creep up. You always know they will. Oh, they're actually in a dark age. I'm impressed. I don't know how they've done that. That's actually quite tricky. For inquiry, we're going to pick up a lot of Eurekas, including build an iron mine. That's a fun one. And here we go. Armani. Immediately pop over to Johannesburg. They still got their starting military? They do. 200 gold. Sometimes it's actually nice to see it increase. Like, Wulin's got 305, but I haven't unlocked all of the extra envoys warriors yet, so we'll pick what we can do. A heavy chariot and an archer is pretty easy, as is a great person. I mean, someone unfortunately is going for great generals, which is a little problematic, but that's okay. Urban planning, get a bit more production in for now. Pick up military traditions, so I've got flanking bonuses. Important that I do that. If you go to early war and you don't have flanking, it can be really, really annoying. And there we go. On turn 49, 2080 BC, we get 2 era score for picking up the Suzerain ship of Johannesburg. This is the first of a few things we're going to do to build the ultimate Hungary game. First of all, we take another look and we remember that if we levy troops from a city-state, we gain 2 envoys with that city-state. That's useful because what we can now do is have a look. We've got 3 envoys. We will levy the military. Costs 200 gold to do that, but we'd already saved it because we haven't been spending our gold. And now we have 5 envoys, which is useful because I can now immediately move Armani over to, let's say, Brussels, another city-state on the border with the Dutch, and I don't fall back below 3. The other thing to keep an eye on is who else is influencing them. If it says lots and lots of civilizations, then be a little bit more cautious about doing that. But you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 warriors now. That's not even the best bit. Now, I need to focus in my capital at getting a great general. Any great general will do. So encampment training projects it is. I reckon if we run 2 to 3 of these, we should easily get enough for a great general. And here's the best bit about levied troops. +2 movement. This warrior has 4 movement. Any number above 3 is really, really good for warfare. I'll tell you why in a little bit, but there already is new population in Pest. Love it. All of these warriors are going to make their way suspiciously towards the Dutch. And as you can see, look at this. Do you see the bottom right? +5 combat strength from the Raven King trait. They're even more powerful than regular warriors. Let's just dismantle all these barbs whilst I bring them down. There's no point letting the barbs assault us whilst we try and go about our business, you know? Now you'll keep an eye on the fact that I'm now within boost territory of ironworking. I need go no further. Let's switch over to masonry. And I tell you what, Woolin, that's not a good time to stand on that tile. Can you please... they always do that. I'll pick up that next turn. That happens so often. That really, really does. Look how fast these warriors are though. Oh, they're so quick. Go on, move. There we go. I don't really mind where he moved, as long as he moved. That is a 2-1-1 tile. 2 food, 1 production, 1 science. But with my Pantheon, as soon as I improve it, it unlocks ironworking. It boosts knowledge of wheel and ironworking, which I bet I just got. But now it's a 2-3-1-1 tile. That is much more productive. Excellent stuff. Now we can upgrade. And look, a warrior upgrades to a swordsman for 25 gold and 5 iron. That's it. The clock is now on for the Dutch. We'll see how long they survive after this little assault. They've got 5 cities, do they? They're earning scientist points? Interesting. Very interesting. One thing I'm going to do quickly is just drop down to mysticism. This gives me an envoy. And you can see Brussels, Armani is established in, and I'm almost ready to levy this city-state as well. I just need that envoy. This is the good thing about having 2 monuments out. 7 culture, it's enough to burn through these early game civics. You don't need it all, just need some of it. Just little bits here and there. So you can see the Dutch are improving their lands. We should expect them to be about 30 strength at some point. You can see Dido's already hit that point. Now they get lured in by a particularly weak looking defense. It never lasts, but oh yeah, there we go. There's my first project happened in the capital. It's got a little bit more production now. We're not far from getting our first great general. Pick up this quarry, masonry, boosted. This will be very handy. Need to earn a bit of gold. I need to earn a little bit of gold because whilst Brussels is now on side and I've levied them, actually I found Kabul interesting. Double experience from battles I initiate. Let's remember that in a little bit, but I need 240 gold. Easiest way I can do that is to sell a luxury, and you can see Dido does not have truffles. Neither does the Dutch. So let's dip quickly into animal husbandry whilst my builder works their way over to that source of snuffly truffly. You're kidding me. Look what it's done. It's moved the warrior right on top of it again. It's doing it deliberately, I swear. Okay, the Dutch are now pumping out heavy chariots, which isn't very helpful, but there's always going to be a bit of defense. We don't mind that. Discipline is fine. Conscription's fine because you don't have to pay the gold on levied troops. People forget that all the time. It's rather helpful. Now I've got a governor. Pingala in your capital is always a good option. I would always increase. Actually, saying that though, Pest has got a higher population, so over there you go. And let's unlock my government because we can go for a government that gives my swordsman another 4 combat strength. Now here we go. This is is where we start to do a little bit of commerce. There we go. Truffles have been improved. Let's see. Who wants to buy my truffles? The Dutch do. Convenient. I'm going to ask for all of my gold up front, like so. 349. And what I'm going to do first is ignore the fact that my city is on -3 amenities. Oh dear, that's not so good. We will buy a battering ram. And then 25 gold, and I've got 14 iron already. We will actually, I'll save that till next turn. But look, actually, this build is finished. I'm going to go and improve this tobacco. I can't do that just yet because I haven't got irrigation. Let's improve that source of horse. Look at that, 331 with the Pantheon. Lovely. Gold. Gold is the most important thing I can claim. So let's get a trader. I'll start trading with the city-states. Okay, now we're ready to go. So what I'll do is we'll go swordsman number 1, swordsman number 2, and swordsman number 3. And yep, you know exactly what's going to happen now. We check. Has Dido denounced the Netherlands? No, they haven't. I will do the dirty work then. Surprise war time. And this is now the beginning of a Hungarian snowball that is unlikely to stop until the end of the game. My most important asset is my battering ram. This needs to just make its way slowly to the front line, and it will be escorted by tasty warriors. My scout is going to stand here and try and tank as many of these hits as possible. This warrior is going to go and intercept the scout, but all of these powerful units charge in, do not stop. And rather than defeating the units, I'm going to just let them attack my units. It's a lot better in the longer run. And there's the first and only great general I need all game. Teleport you over to Pest, and now my capital can do something more useful, let's say. Well, what should we do? Probably access to the coast. Let's get this horse, these dies. Let's get a settler going. Yeah, why not? And now we charge the swordsman in. 1, 2, move this warrior onto that tile. I've got another to be upgraded. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about Brussels. We're just a bit gold poor at the moment, but I can now trade my snuffly trufflies with Dido. Yes, you see, it's a good thing that that deal collapsed with the Netherlands. In fact, I'm going to give them my horses for a bit more gold per turn. That'll just help us to save up a little bit faster. Yep, the warrior attacked me. The city centre is doing about 15 damage to my swordsman. That's not bad at all. Tell you what I will do. Let's just attack there and there. Just kill that heavy chariot, stop it lurking around, and now a great general can make its way over to the front line. Let's just move the builder back temporarily, and everyone is now in range. It's a little bit of pillageable health there. I'll claim that briefly. I'll move my swordsman around, and actually what I'm going to do is just start to flank. There we go. The city is now under siege. This means it can't recover health, and the way I've done that is all 6 tiles around the city centre, I have zone of control over them. This warrior behind the river is putting zone of control on this campus tile. This swordsman is zone of control on the tobacco and the tile to its right, and this swordsman is doing this tile, its tile, and this tile. All 6. Done. I can sell my open borders to Dido. Like, everything that's not pinned down right now is being sold. And there we go. Another load of units from Brussels. We'll just double check how secure is the city-state. It's pretty secure. So, the Tour. Armani Tour. Everyone's favorite fragrance from Ursa moves now to Wulin. And we're going to just repeat the same thing. Look at this huge army. We've got another one. Yep, look, you can attack this swordsman all you want. You are just bouncing off it. That's all that's happening here. Right, great general, in you come. Move the swordsman in. Just take your time. Make sure everything is upgraded. Move the battering ram. And you can see we are attacking now with Raven King and Great General. These swordsmen are 45 strength against reinforced, garrisoned, ancient walled cities. And I'm still just saying, hey, you know that wall? I disapprove. And now it's gone. Ah, Hungary. Just really not very powerful. Not powerful at all. I'm glad you all can see that now. I think these warriors are going to have to get involved as well, aren't they? Through you come. 4 movement warriors. They're as fast as horsemen. They're so good. My next job is to rush the upgrade to swordsman, which is apprenticeship. So I'll just pick that now. We need to get a kill with a slinger. Difficult when you don't have a slinger. We'll rush through that. Writing is fine. Trade route we're going to do very soon. Pasture's already boosted. And then 3 mines we should be able to do pretty easily as well. There's plantation. I can sell this for 18 gold. Yeah, do it. Sell your luxuries. Why would you not? And in order to try and speed this process up, you can see this is the true reason why +2 movement is so good. The maximum movement a unit takes to pillage a tile is 3. It can't take more than that. And when you have more than 3 movement, you can pillage like so. Just get archery for 3 because that 49 science was more than the entire tech cost. I can still act. I could attack. I could upgrade. I'm going to upgrade in this particular case. In fact, I'm just still upgrading all of my troops. More, that's 5 swordsmen now. I can move around and still attack. But the movement is just so important. 1, 2, and I'm going to leave. Oh, there's no library in that campus. I was going to leave it in case there was something else to pillage. There's not in this particular case, so we'll take the city now. And it's loyal because the Dutch seemingly and somehow are in a dark age. We still are not entirely sure how that happened, but don't complain. Look, you can see as well, I've surrounded this unit with units of my own and plus 8 flanking bonus. I mean, that's pretty crippling. Oh, a settler. Keep an eye on that stuff. If you can steal settlers, then why not? Don't get too precious about city-state units as well. It doesn't matter if they get killed. Just ride it out. If they start attacking you, go fortify. Let them charge you. Best thing you can do sometimes is just relax into it and just let them do the hard work. You always get defensive bonuses if the AI attacks onto your tile and you're on woods, you're on rainforest, you're on hills. So let them do it. Oh, a road to Phoenicia that gives me 5 gold per turn. I'll take that. Excellent. Political philosophy. Writing. First thing you do is find oligarchy and take it. 20% bonus unit experience is really good. Promotions are your friend. And 4 combat strength on all of your swordsmen just makes them invincible. Put strategists on, so you've got great general points coming in. Great generals are really handy. Discipline helps you just fight those barbs. And I like +2 loyalty with cities of a garrisoned unit. It helps you just keep those cities nice and loyal as you capture them. My battering ram is slowly making its way over. It's going to take a while. Another campus. Oh, wow. If I could pillage that, that'd be great. And look, Oracle mines. That city's got no walls, so we probably won't get to that in time. But look at all these mines. I'm just spending a bit of time making sure all of my units make their way over to these tiles. These are amazing. You can notice here, Woolen didn't convert to me because Dido threw some envoys there, but that's fine. We'll keep an eye on earning our own envoy. I'm heading up to military training because it's got a few things for us. Raid, 50% bonus, yields from pillaging. Now that's really, really handy, but that extra envoy will let me take Woolen over as well. We could wait for our government to give us one. That won't take too long. But the more city-states we have on side, the more momentum. It's all about momentum that we can take. Oh, that's lots of attacks on that warrior. Oh, but look how much strength they just spent on that. So many attacks on that one warrior. Let them do it, I say. Let them do it. Move the great general in and wha-bam. Just see, the swordsman could take that counter strike on there purely because they left themselves totally open by attacking into my warrior like the fools that they were. 54 science on a pillage. Take it. Take it, I say. 100 gold on a pillage. 100 gold on a pillage. Sounds like I'm repeating myself because I am. And now we can think about the economy of our cities. Now Harlem, this is quite interesting. They've built the campus directly across the river from us. So this will be really quick to put a library up. But I've got 4 towers in Buda that can do a very similar thing. I was thinking utilizing the mountain might be the handiest thing for me to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plop a campus there and a government plaza on that tile. That means I can utilize the quarry for an industrial zone and then boost it with an aqueduct there. But actually, I don't even need an aqueduct. That could be a dam. That could be an aqueduct, whichever. That's the sort of formation I'm going to have. +2 campus for now would be quite handy, but I think the government plaza would help as well. So we'll plump that down. It'll be built really quickly. Did you see it said 3 turns, but it's being built in 2. 50% bonus. Always handy. Always handy. Aha, the battering ram is now in. That means if I've got enough swordsmen around, which, hint, I do, should be able to break the walls down in a second. Let's just pillage currency. Oh, almost pillaging currency. And we can go 1 attack with this swordsman, 2 attacks of that swordsman. The walls of Amsterdam are down. Currency, it's all done. It's all done. I'm still pillaging. It's still looking good. Should we just take Amsterdam quickly? I'm tempted to say that yes, that's the way to do this. Let's just take the capital. Loyalty, -10. When you say keep it, -6. Okay, so I'm going to take 9 turns that city will take to flip. That's easy to do. We'll get the battering ram over, get the great general moving over in this direction, get some units to just heal themselves as quickly as they can. and bring you over. Pillage for some apprenticeship and go 1, 2. Will this warrior survive? Maybe not. I'll keep you safe for now. But look, we've just broken the back of the Dutch. If you were ever curious about which tier 1 government plaza building to build as Hungary, Warlord's Throne, just trust me. It's very, very good. 9 turns into 6. Oh, it's the production bonus is very silly. I'm still upgrading my units, by the way. That's the best bit about this whole thing. They're still being upgraded as I go. Still pillaging away. Almost at man-at-arms before turn 80. Is that going to take Rotterdam? Go on. You know you want to. Yeah! City taken. And then back we go in this direction. Swarm with troops as quickly as we can. Get the walls down as quick as we can. I'm just repairing anything. I brought a builder along. Actually, I think I captured this one. But the more I plunder, the quicker I can just repair everything. And I stole another source of iron. I didn't even see that. 4 in per turn, just in case I didn't have enough from my city-state troops. Now I do. Classical era ends in 10 turns. Don't worry. I think we'll be done by then. What I am going to do, though, is just steal this settler. A 3 city. Sounds great to me. Swap my swordsman in. And as you can see, yep, this city is now down to 0 health, which means I can now bring my battering ram back in the other direction. And now just go and have a look down here and see whether the city to my south, the last remaining Dutch city, does that have walls? If it doesn't have walls, we're all good. If it does, we're just going to wait for the battering ram. Oh, and I'm making more cities at the same time. This one's on the coast. That is the main problem about having your city on a floodplain. Oh, 8 fertilized tiles though, 2 damaged. At least I didn't lose any population, but yeah, that's a big one. City is taken. Okay, this last Dutch city does have walls. That is a shame. Dido has decided they don't like me. I wonder why. The scout is doing some very handy scouting. Just making sure I know where all Phoenicia's cities are for no reason whatsoever. 33 strength? That's a tough city, right? No, wrong. It's going to die very quickly. Oh look, the Dutch have actually invented swordsmen of their own. Bit late, but they got there. It's very important that we take this city this turn, seeing as I'm about to lose my levied units, but that's fine. That's a prediction that we kind of were available and ready to receive. Look at that. Oh, do some pillaging. Man-at-arms have been boosted. That'll come in quite handy in a second. Don't worry about that one. A bit more gold. That'll come in very handy as well. And the Dutch are out on turn 78 with just 2 city-states worth of troops. And now I can work on Kabul in my own time. Ah, excellent. This battering ram, just head in this direction, but don't mind me if I just quickly buy one here just in case. No reason. Well, now that I've got all the way to apprenticeship, what do I do now? Well, castles. Black Army. This is the first of 2 unique units. It's like a Corsair, but it has 49 strength and it has plus 3 strength on top of that for every levied unit around it. It is incredible. And here's the thing. It's not even the best unique unit that Hungary's got. It's not even the best. That is the Hussar. Oh, that is a machine. Now, watch my stats as I start to fix all of my campuses. Might take a little while to give me the yields, but yeah, these are going to be handy. More libraries, fix it all. The Dutch were very kind to build all this infrastructure for me. Very kind indeed. There is my envoy. Woolen have 1, 2, like so. And look at all these swordsmen. They're all pretty handy, aren't they? 555 gold to levy them. Oh, wow. We'll just have to keep an eye on that sort of stuff for a second. Wait. What's that battering ram doing right on Dido's borders? Oh, who knows? I get the feeling that this city would quite like the Great Bath, so I'm going to just pop that down here. I've got all of this pillaged, boosted Warlord's Throne production. I might as well use it to have a little bit of fun. I've got a choice, actually. I could levy Woolen and charge those units over, but I'm tempted to just use the units that I had from Johannesburg. They're a little bit further away and they're a bit weaker though. Now I think I'll stick to my original plan. It's nice to have different options though. That's what I will say. Here you go. Right, Woolen, levy, bam. It's a big old army. It's right on the border, isn't it? Oh, I've been rumbled. I'm going to say I'm merely passing by because honestly, lying to the person I'm about to conquer, does that matter? That's an ethical question. Oh, a swordsman to a man-at-arms upgrade is only 35 gold. I'd forgotten just how brilliant that particular upgrade was. I'm not going to need many of these to make a good leap here. 60 gold for a warrior. How much of my gold per turn is coming in from Dido? Only 2 gold per turn. And you can see just how much damage a swordsman is going to do by themselves, but that's pretty effective. Okay, what we're going to do is I'll have a second wave assault from this swordsman. Oh, no, I don't have enough movement to get back into my own borders. That's anticlimactic, but never mind. All right, let's upgrade this man-at-arms, and we're going to declare war next turn, probably. But I'll start the wave assault in a second. Oh yeah, man-at-arms, 61 strength. They're pretty brutal. I think we're going to have a little bit of fun with this one, especially as my science creeps up from my conquered territory. Watch out for walls. No walls at the moment. Oh, Tyre just flooded. That's quite good timing. The walls are always the indication that the AI knows they're threatened. Oh, Dido's gone into a dark age. Okay, this is genuinely lining up for me perfectly. I won't lie. This is not too bad at all. Okay, religion-wise, there's still a religion on the table, and I'm tempted to grab my own. Oh, a great general. Very well timed. I could use that to spread crusade, or just having a religion full stop is pretty useful as well. We'll show you a little bit later on as to why. So we'll pick Exodus. Yeah, let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. Oh, I can declare a formal war because she denounced me. Now, she's probably going to get distracted with Wulin and maybe my city on the coast because of the proximity to those troops. But I'm going to have a lot of fun here. Look at this. Bam, bam. And now we start to charge. I have powerful levied units. Got reinforcements arriving from Brussels. We're not going to hang on to these for too long, but any troop is a useful troop. I've even got a little scout running around as well. I think I can do some pillaging without the scout dying. Any pillage would be worth, I think, an entire upgrade of all of my units. I'll vote for myself on traders, and let's go for military city-state, seeing as we have all of those. That'll be fun. Cultural unmet. Yeah, okay, no one listened to me. But raid, 50% pillage. Scout goes, 200 gold. Okay, yeah, that's better than I expected or could have hoped for. 1, 2, 3. These are all man-at-arms now. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's just charge in, shall we? And we're bam. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Let's see how quickly we can run through the entire army. I reckon we can do it pretty fast. Let's move you across, and then swordsman goes 1, 2. That's the city taken. The warlord's throne repeats. Wow, we're going to keep the city for 18 turns before it flips. That's a lot better than I hoped. Do I stand and attack the catapults, or do we just ignore them and go straight to the cities which are still unwalled? This city is still unwalled, you know. You know what? I'm going in. Yeah, we are just punching through now. I keep changing my mind on whether to kill the units or not, and at the moment I've decided to, just to get some experience up. Still settling as well. Little coastal cities, but they're still quite helpful. My scout is still behind enemy lines, pillaging, saving up some gold. If I can get another 500-600, I can levy Johannesburg again, and they've got crossbows. That's always a fun idea. Oh, do you imagine? All right, Tyre threw walls up really quickly there. It's fine. I don't mind really. I've got all kinds of little tactics I can use to stop that from being a problem. It's just more, it's a timing thing, isn't it really? Oh, this is Barb Corner. I just destroyed an encampment and there's boats everywhere. Quick, run away. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy's Ursa. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!